Okay, we're live.
Been a little bit
Yeah?
since I've done this, but welcome back, everybody, to Oatmeal and Chaos, featuring the return of our DM, Astrid.
Oh, you're doing me first now?
Yeah. And starring Stellara, Riley. And Basil is me, Alex. What's up, everybody? Funky intro.
Yes. That's the best I got for theme music.
I love
Alright, it's been a little while. A lot had happened. And then we took a long break. But we're back. So previously on, you guys had, I'm gonna do a little longer of a recap. You guys had entered the city of Tucson. Yeah, that's the right city. You guys had entered the city of Tucson, separated from your caravan. You had gone and done shopping, met a variety of various shopkeepers, both in the bazaar, where you almost got scammed out of a knife, and also in a proper storefront. You had gone to a storefront magic shop called the Crimson Raven, or the Crimson Crow, one of the two, where you had browsed magic items, most of which were far outside of your ability to purchase. However, you agreed to help the shopkeep with problems she was having. She had been tasked with looking into the source of these masks that the local college kids had been using to basically cheat on their exams. It would give them the ability to memorize whatever they had read for a short period of time. Except it seemed to have slowly drained their life force, and now there were a handful of kids in comas. While you were looking for evidence of what had happened, clues as to what had happened, you stumbled upon a mysterious night that Basil had some, let's say, visions around. You had also stumbled upon information that led you to think that the Carnival of Many Faces had something to do with this. You had met two of these people on the road before, the Fox and the Hound. No, it's not a sex cult. Just getting that out there first.
Sure, air quotes.
You had visited some taverns late at night to gather some of this information, to talk to various people. On your way, I guess before that, you had talked to a priest about potentially healing these children. Not children, these college kids. Basically children.
College children.
Yeah. You had agreed to potentially either give up an artifact that you had gotten from underground structure that was bringing dead bodies back to life, or to trade a potential future favor for this priest to help these kids. You'd then gone out drinking, talking with various people, and on your way back, you saw a random hole in the ground. Delara's favorites.
My
decided-
favorite, yeah.
You decided to travel down the hole, which led to a long
As one
staircase. Yep, of course. See a hole, you have to go down it,
Mm-hmm.
even though it's your one weakness.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
How else are you gonna overcome your weakness?
I suppose, except that you went down this hole, talked your way through a pile of vines, into a beautiful underground grove. This grove, among the many trees, seemingly a lake in the middle, a waterfall off to one side. You climbed up on top of the cliff that had the waterfall, and then you came face to face with a dragon of sorts that almost seemed to be made of leaves, almost like a topiary. The dragon woke up, proceeded to kick the shit out of both of you. Riley, or Stellara, immediately went down. Basil hung on for a little bit. Miraculously, however, Basil was able to reach in with some sort of powers that he had yet to realize that he had, and partially heal Stellara, at least enough to get her back on her feet.
No.
Afterwards, you both jumped down the waterfall into the water, dragon hot on your tail. Thanks to one of the tools that Basil had picked up along the path, were able to distract the dragon for a short amount of time, which allowed a druid who seemed to be friendly with the dragon to come to your aid, ask who you were. You were able to convince her that you didn't mean any harm, and she was able to calm down the dragon, at least enough to not try to eat you. We come to,
Which is nice.
with the both of you in the water. Actually, probably gotten out of the water at this point. The druid had talked to the dragon, gotten it to calm down, and the dragon flies back up to its perch, its nest, where you had originally found it. What is... Let's start with Stellara. What's going through your mind right now?
I think it's certainly.
Because you just died.
Yeah,
I did just die.
just-
I mean, honestly, that
you
would
just
probably be going through my mind.
almost died. You didn't die. You almost died.
Yeah. I almost just died, and I was trying to be friendly with this dragon, if I recall correctly. I thought it was.
Yeah, I think you cast Speak with Plants on it. Gotten a
Yeah.
little bit about how it was more scared that random strangers appeared at its bedside than really being, like, actively aggressive towards you. Or you wake up in the middle of the night, there are strangers there. Either grab a crowbar, lay down and die, sort of a thing.
You just fully whooped our ass.
Still, I was trying to be friendly, and then got almost killed for it. So a lot going through your mind about that. Oh yeah. What about you, Basil?
Oh, that's it?
So,
Just a
That's
lot
it,
about...
that's all you get.
Okay. Alright. What's going through Basil's mind, then?
I think Basil's probably like one part like kind of like still shocked that he cast healing magic as a rogue. one part really proud that he like was able to help his friend. One part like sort of a little pissed / self-admonishment of like, why did I think that talking to this dragon would work? I should have probably known better than to like go along with this.
Solara fully thought it would work.
I think that's the story of your
for sure.
entire journey so far.
Absolutely. 100%. Where I'm like, it seemed like a good enough idea at the time. But like clearly that was a major fuck up. And also just like, did we just have to jump down a waterfall to escape a dragon that almost killed us? And like trying to desperately think of like, what the hell do we do next? I think are all sort of cascading against each other inside of his brain right now, fighting for what will be the first thing he needs to address.
That is fair. Riley, does Solara have any thoughts about what Basil did? You had gone down when you came to consciousness. You had felt I don't want to say warmth, but more of a coldness. The same sort of coldness that you had during your visions with Nala. Coldness of space, more so than like a coldness of death. Had entered your body, and you wake to see Basil slightly glowing right above you.
I mean, if it's such a familiar coldness with that too, she definitely would be thinking like, oh, Lunala also gave shit to Basil, and like, that's pretty cool. We should probably talk about that later. And be like, Basil, what can you do? You got any other things you can do?
Yeah, because, correct me if I'm wrong, but Solara is very aware of the gifts she's as a cleric, right?
Yeah.
Alright. You two clamber up onto land. The druid had finished talking with the dragon, kind of easing her, almost like a horse that's that's frightened, and dragon flies back up
to
her perch, basically. And she starts heading back towards you.
Yeah, we're like getting out of the water and like wringing out our clothes and dumping the water. I like to think, unless I put something important inside of it, like I flip over like a bag of holding and just like gallons and gallons of water fall out of it.
Hold on a second.
You looking to see what I put inside of that? I think the masks were in there.
Oh, damn. Approximately 104 gallons of water come out. I didn't think it was going to be that much.
That's a lot.
I want to do it like not all at once, like so it's just like a really, really long stream of water coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's for like 2 minutes as she's just coming towards us. It's just still pouring out.
Basil's just emptying the bag.
Mm-hmm. Well, I don't want our stuff to spill out of it. So
yeah. You're just emptying the water out.
Yeah, like a pitcher almost.
All right. I mean, it also probably wouldn't have been completely full of water. That's just, I guess, how much water you can hold in it. Really sets the max volume it holds. Anyways, Druid comes over to you. Kind of. When she had first come up to you, questioning who you were, realizing this dragon was going to come down and try to kill you, she was much more stressed out by what was going on. She's kind of calmed herself down.
Makes sense.
Hello, friends, I hope. My name is Adarna.
I look at her and look back at the bag that's still pouring water, and I go, "Hello."
Are you pouring the water onto the land or back into the water?
On the land, because in case something falls out, I don't want it to just be like in the water.
Okay.
So I'm making a big ass puddle on the ground.
Probably flooding the surrounding area.
Watering it. I need to quick mute to find my accent. I haven't used it in so long.
Hello. My
think
name
I
is.
found it.
That sounds about right. My name is Adarna. Who, pray tell, are you two?
My name is Basil, and this is my good friend Stellara.
Nice to meet you.
It seems as though there's been a bit of a miscommunication here, much to our disadvantage.
As it would appear so. Is unfortunate timing that you would come here at this time. What drove you to come down here?
If I'm being honest, we just sort of saw a hole and decided to come down it.
We're
because
adventurers. You can't really blame
we're
us, you know?
we're adventurers, and we're also just obnoxiously curious about things like that, if I'm being true to myself.
Also, we were let in, so.
That is true.
Lara, actually both of you, give me a
Honesty roll.
let's call it a perception check.
Perception. 25.
Oh, fuck. Starting off good.
I guess I'll still roll. I don't quite know why, but oops. What the hell? Oh, oops. Smash up. 1d20. I did 1/20.
20. Now you're fucking up
yeah,
like
that
I
wouldn't
used
work.
to.
Used to? I feel like you still do.
Oh yeah, my bad.
17.
Real quick.
Dot //
RD20.
No,
Not
20D.
even D20, 20D. Not even 20D5, 20D20? Okay. You both
are rolling good.
I don't think that's quite gonna work. But you both clock her r/D&D. Sure. What is this, Reddit now?
That's what the r/rolling good made me think of.
Yeah. Alex's is a capital R, so I didn't clock it at first.
Yeah, that's why I did the lowercase r, just something else.
Anyways, you both do notice that she clocks both Basil's necklace and Stellara's flower galaxy flower, whatever. Don't have a name for it.
Galaxy
Galactic
flower seems
flower.
pretty good.
Galaxy
Galactic flower also works well. I do like galactic flower.
That is just in your hair, right?
Yeah, it's in my hair.
Yeah. And Basil, you're just wearing it as necklace?
As a cool necklace, like a shark tooth necklace.
Sure.
Except it's a
That's
glowing
not canon.
orb.
With puka shells around it. Just kidding. I'm just kidding. Where would I get puka shells?
I feel like you would need like moon rocks or something around it instead.
Yeah.
'Cause it's a star. Not a shark
cute.
Or puka shells and just be way very different in your themes in the one necklace.
That's true.
You also hear an almost like exasperated growl from the dragon. You're, of course, on much lower ground, so you can't see it. But you definitely hear the slight growl from the dragon. So Adarna says, or kind of looks back at you. If you will both come with me for a bit more of a comfortable spot. And as she starts leading you away, she steps over the water and vines grow out from under her, creating a bridge underneath or behind the waterfall into a cave.
Cool.
Assuming you both follow?
I look at
I will follow,
Stellara
yeah.
and I
Oh.
shrug and then I follow.
You're led into a fairly whatever the opposite of deep is, fairly
Shallow?
shallow cave. Yes, thank you. Fairly shallow cave.
The cave is like,
Um,
wow.
It goes back maybe 20 feet. And there's vines and moss and still plant life growing from within the cave. And you see this small bed of red flowers that almost seem to spark up as if a campfire, shedding light on the cave. Adarna sits down on a kind of moss-covered rock, motions for you two to do the same.
I'll sit on the moss-covered rock.
I will also do that.
Is it wet? Is it like wet moss?
Slightly,
Like,
yeah.
When I stand up, is
We're
there gonna be like water where I sat down, like on my pants?
Probably.
I mean, you just got out of the water.
I mean, that's fair.
Yeah,
no one will be able to
that's
tell.
very
No one will
true.
be able to tell. We're perfect.
It's less wet than your clothes are, so it's probably drying you off slightly.
We're golden, man.
And you do notice that these the flowers you're setting around are also giving off heat. Not as much as an actual fire would, but enough that you feel yourself start to dry off.
Heated seat in a car.
Sorry, what was that?
Like a heated seat in a car.
No, like a current heat in
there's-
the seat. I'm sorry, it's had to do it.
Not quite, because the heat isn't coming from the seat. The heat is coming from basically campfire flowers. A
Cool.
flower.
Yeah, flower.
Sure. Go with that, a campflower.
A fuego flower.
So you had told her that you just stumbled into a hole and decided to explore.
And now we got let in.
And then you got let in.
We weren't lying.
We were not.
Sorry, what was that?
So we weren't lying.
We're not? Yeah, okay. This area. This is the home of Clover. Dragon that you had met earlier.
Met is a bit of a stretch of a word there, but
That you had
Okay.
an encounter with earlier.
sure, slightly better.
Fair. We talked a little.
Her one of her eyebrows raises. Say you were let in here. What's exactly do you mean by that?
We asked if we could come in, and we were allowed to come in.
I find it difficult to
Tell her-
believe that
tell her by what?
if Clover said you could come in, that
Oh, no, the plants at the front said that we could. The ones that were blocking the way.
you see her kind of bend down and touch some of the moss. Close her eyes for a second. Comes back and looks at you again. I see. And you two just happened to find your way down here.
Honestly, yes.
Yeah. There was a hole in the ground, like we said, and we just kind of went through it.
We're honestly supposed to be doing something very different right now, but we're just pretty easily distracted, if I'm being honest.
That certainly seems to be an interesting story. Rare for anyone to find their way down here. This is the home of Clover. She, not just a home, but her lair, as dragons would normally call it. She sort of controls this area.
Yeah, we've sort of experienced that firsthand.
I don't just mean in a physical way. There are, for lack of a better word, enchantments around the area, magics that would prevent most people from even trying to find this area. Let alone a couple of adventurers happening upon a hole, traversing through it.
I don't know what to tell you.
You even
certainly-
asked me, right?
And it's not like we're experienced enough to fight a dragon, as you clearly saw. We didn't start that fight, and just got away by the skin of our teeth. So it's not like we're coming down here to do something. Right?
You two certainly look a lot worse for wear. I will admit that.
Yeah.
You see, not too long ago, a week or two in humanoid time, I had received a sign, a lady of the forest, that there might be a few able to come and help me with my power problem.
I look at
noticed-
Stellara, and I'm like, my mouth like, is that when we commune with that? Here?
I can hardly hear what you said over your mic. I'm not gonna lie.
I said, sorry, I like mouth like, was that forest thing that we did? Do you remember with the caravan when we stopped in the forest and like?
That was a while ago.
Yeah, but in game we've only been like our people have only been doing stuff for like a month in game, even though it's taken like 2 years.
How we've been.
You two can give me a history check.
All right.
For ourselves.
Yeah. It's not a particularly difficult check. I just
Natural 1 for a 2. You sure about that? You sure it's not a particularly difficult check?
I was going to
difficult to
say,
me.
as long as you two don't get nat ones. God damn it.
I'll get this right.
Oh, man.
Hold on. 20. Natural 20.
natural 20.
And a 20. Damn.
You should pull up the recordings of us doing it.
I think that was before we started streaming. So I don't have
I
recordings
think
of that.
so too.
What
do I want to know?
You two have been together for approximately 25 days. I know we've been playing this campaign for over a year at this point. I think.
That's wild.
Yeah, over a year at
We
this point.
definitely
It had to have
have.
been over a year, right? I mean, we made the server for it, so you can probably see how long the server has been.
Well, I think we like started on your birthday,
Oh, you're right.
right? Yeah.
We had session 0 on my birthday.
Oh,
And I've had another birthday since then, so yeah, we're over a year.
You know, Riley, you went down, or Stellara went down and came back up. You're still very rattled from that. You have no idea how much time has passed. Basil, however, you know you came across that shrine to Maleki. What would that be?
2 weeks ago.
About 19 days ago.
That was pretty
No,
early on then.
Yeah. It does line up, however, with what Adarna is talking about. Or what she is saying. That it would have been either then or slightly after then.
All right, so I'll change a little bit of what I say then. Instead of mouthing it, I'll go, Stellara, wasn't it about like a little over 2 weeks ago that we stopped in that forest and you communed with that spirit.
Uh, could have been like 2, maybe 4, maybe 8 weeks ago. I bad sense of time lately. It's been a bit weird. But I'll take your judgment on it. I mean, if it's about that long
I
ago.
think it was like a little over 2 weeks ago. It's the one where I poured the wine in the little like wall
Yeah,
cup
I remember you
thing,
pouring one in there. Yeah.
and then I felt a little something, but I was just being polite.
You didn't
Seemed
get
like
like, I don't know, just pulling something out of the top of my head. You didn't get like a magic flower or anything grown in front of you or anything like that. That would,
That's
it's
Stellar.
ridiculous. No, Basil. I'm saying Basil didn't.
Yeah, Basil didn't.
Did I?
No, Basil did not.
No,
Delara did.
Oh yeah, Stellar.
I'm the one who did. Yeah.
I was like, I swear.
Sorry, I
nothing
didn't mean to
happened
confuse you there.
You really confused
It's
me,
okay.
apparently.
Well, it's been so long since we're in week 2.
Yeah,
That was a pivotal moment. No, it wasn't that pivotal, but it was pretty important.
it was a kind of,
Mhm.
yeah.
It was very important. I don't know if it was.
Out of
Yeah.
all the moments that happened, that was, at least for Stellara,
Top
I
10.
feel like that was top
Top 10.
10.
five?
I was saying
five.
like top 3.
For Stellara, yeah, maybe for Stellara, but like in general for
Yeah.
the overarching everything.
Okay, yeah.
And he's Basil, and we're not gonna do 4 Stellara ones when it's Basil. So top, I don't know what it'd be for Basil, but like probably top.
I mean, it was like a.
I feel
Here's
like
the
for
thing, is
Basil,
at
it
the
would have
time,
just
it
been.
felt-
I don't
something
think
like
Basil. I don't think Basil noticed what happened with
Yeah.
Stellara, if I remember correctly.
Absolutely not.
I thought you saw the flower in my hair, but
I saw the
not...
flower and I was like, wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, you saw the flower
I think that-
afterwards, not when it grew when you were
Did
praying.
But did I tell you what happened?
I think so, but I was sort of,
did.
especially then, I was like a little skeptical
Oh
too,
yeah, you didn't believe in
as a
gods back
non-believer.
then.
Yeah. Well, still, I mean, I
You-
certainly have had enough evidence now to like at least somewhat believe.
Yeah, you should be considering the fact after, a god, you met one and then they let you save your friend.
This
Might
is
be a
true.
good bit of evidence there.
I'm like, I don't know, man.
Who's to say that's really a god? I only met her.
It could be an alien. Or
She
who
only
knows?
saved my friend.
Only granted me dual class.
Wait, so
She only performed
doctors
a
are gods
miracle.
now? I think Stellara
Okay.
is saying doctors are gods.
It's more about the miracle work.
Doctors do have miracles every day.
Honestly, like, doctors do a lot of work sometimes. I don't know about all doctors. I had to throw that sometimes in there just because like this some shitty doctors probably, but like.
Valid. Anyway,
Sure, yeah.
I think
Thanks
now
to all
in
the doctors out there.
Hey, shout
I
out to all the
appreciate you,
doctors.
even if these two don't.
No,
Actually,
honestly, I
shout out to all the
appreciate it. I
nurses
just said
out
that, like,
there.
I'm sure not. And there's bad apples in everything.
Nurses are the backbone of the medical industry, and honestly, doctors are okay.
Honestly, I feel like nurses do a lot more sometimes.
No?
I can guarantee they do. Anyways, I think Basil's realizing in hindsight that was a much more big event than when it was first happening. So he's reflecting upon like it's not in my top 3 probably, but
Not in
probably
your
top
what about
10.
your top 5? Top 10.
Well, now I'm curious. What are
Maybe
your top
top 8.
3?
Yeah, can I hear your top 10 actually?
Not top 10, just top 3. Top 3 should be easy.
I mean, I feel like even though we didn't do anything with it, like finding the Rogues Guild was like a big thing.
That's fair. Yeah, we didn't really do anything with that.
Honestly, as my player, when I helped defeat those marauding guys from the caravan, and I
Well,
blew up the leader with the grenadier, that was top tier gameplay for me. I will never forget that.
I'm sure that's a top one
and
for you.
Absolutely, that was so cool. I think that's the coolest thing I've ever done in D&D, to be honest.
It was pretty cool. Were we streaming when that happened?
yes.
Good.
Yeah, she even
Good.
Were we?
you made like a YouTube short
out of it?
too.
Oh yeah.
What? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Like, that would have been my first stream or two, I think. Then.
Yeah, we hadn't been streaming that long. God, we've done so much stuff. I don't know. I feel like there's some upcoming character development for Basil. I think, well, honestly, one was just what happened when I got to save Stellara, and with these new powers.
Yeah, you're finally discovering and warming up to your powers.
Also, when we found out that there's giant horses to the
That
east,
was a great time. Yeah, we still gotta go see the giant horses.
You gotta go down there.
skyscraper-sized horses.
I really want to go to the giant horses. We gotta get to the pink tree, the giant horses. What are some other good things? Well, we gotta get to another continent. We gotta go over to the one that's over on the left. Figure out what's over there.
Oh, true.
I mean, there is to the right an entire other like the rest of this continent.
That's
Just
fair.
so you know.
Maybe we should just find a bigger map.
But what if we went left?
You can go left. I'm just saying, if you guys
also,
thought this was
when
the whole
I-
continent.
Has anyone mapped the entire world yet?
Not that you're aware of. But go on, Alex.
I was just gonna say, when I stole the dice for Stellara, that was pretty cool. That's like top 8, but
Oh. When from the
that's when
the
we were
first
still in
side
the
quest.
original town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The Oatmeal and Berries side quest.
Ooh,
Or filler
that's a
episode,
big
that one. Well, I think that was part of
Yeah,
that.
filler episode. I think so. Yeah, I was getting pissed off at the vendor, and I was like, "Fine, I'll just steal it."
But she was definitely trying to rip you off. Or rip Stellar off.
That's what happens when people try to rip us off. I use my powers for good.
What about Stellara? What's top
Argo.
3 for Stellara?
I mean, one of them would definitely be like what we mentioned with the flower growing there. Another would definitely be having like it, after it became the crystallized, like the fucking not crystal, galactic flower.
Yes, Galactic Flower.
Yeah. Two very big moments. I mean, like, pretty much, like, every encounter we've had with a god so far.
I mean, for 25 days,
I think
you've had 2 encounters. That's a lot of encounters for 25 days.
That's a lot of god talk.
There's a
I
lot
think
of
there's
god
bishops that have interacted with gods less than we have.
Yeah.
talk. I like the idea that we're just gonna get cozy with a bunch of gods. Just start talking to them all. See how many we
Gotta catch them all. Gotta catch them all.
Okay. Where were we? Basil, you were whispering to Stellara about the Wayfarer shrine that you all ran into.
I was no longer whispering. I was just like saying it so that way the elf or Dryad or the girl
Yeah, the Dryad.
would hear me saying that, and because I don't know if she has any idea that it's us.
No, she. Give me an insight check.
See if I can type this right this time.
/R space 1D20.
20.
Fucking hell!
Oh my god! That's insane!
Let's
That's 2 points in a
go!
row. We've had some very interesting rolls today.
It's that new kidney.
Yeah, that's that kidney luck.
Yeah.
New kidney luck, it'll do that.
Too bad we're not in combat, but whatever.
We would have killed that dragon if you got the new kidney before me.
Use bushfire.
Did you just say bushfire? You use bushfire on the dragon? Yeah, okay.
I used new kidney on the dragon.
That means I piss on the dragon.
No, it just means you can only roll nat 20. We just figured that out.
Oh, hell yeah. Hell.
Yeah, that would be terrifying. So she, it almost seems like she's hopeful that it is you. She is still definitely weary of you, but after clocking your like divine artifacts that you have, or your divine items that you have, star and the flower, her almost like her her attitude about you, it kind of changed a little bit.
Ooh.
But also that it's for the wrong god. For a different god.
Yeah.
This is the god she talked to is definitely, or the god she was referring to, the Lady of the Forest, is a moniker, I think that's the right word, for Maleki. That's what a lot of people call her. Which is the god of the Wayfarer Shrine that you ran into back then. And she is weary but hopeful that it is you. And after talking specifically about that shrine that you ran into, her eyes kind of went wide or at least a little wider, not like out of her face wide, like she's trying to hide it, almost. That, hoping you are the people that were basically referred to her.
I think this is a good spot for Solar to say, since I was just sort of there.
She almost just looking at you two, expecting one of you to say something.
Laura, I guess I never fully asked you what all happened there. I know you got that flower, but...
Yeah, so I prayed there and I was gifted this flower. It grew up out of the ground in front of me. It's changed a little since then, but...
And so was that from a god or a deity or...
Yeah.
Oh,
I,
it looks like we're close with 2 gods now. Huh.
I mean, I kind of like sided a bit with Lunala, hence why it's gone through a change. But yeah, I mean, definitely, probably still friendly terms.
Just to remind you, Riley, in case you forgot,
Okay,
that was
please.
done in an aside. Alex has no idea what you're talking about.
That makes yeah.
You're totally fine with what you're saying. Just if that changes anything. Basil and Alex have no
Gotcha.
idea what you're saying. Or what you're talking about. So, Alex, you may be able
I
to piece
forgot.
things
I don't
together.
even know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, like, we were like close, but I kind of like sided a bit with Lunala there.
Well, that's been your main deity this whole time, right?
Exactly. Like, what else was I gonna do? You know.
Fair enough.
But also, like, yeah. So, like,
I'm not here to judge. I barely believed in any of this until very recently, so.
I mean, I definitely have believed in it longer than you. You'll get there. You're learning quick. Which we still need to talk about this. You healed me earlier. You got some stuff going on there.
I know. I'm a little shocked by that, but like also not upset about it at all.
Is there more you can do beyond that? There might be.
I get a weird feeling that I might be able.
Like list off everything the cleric class gave you, or not? Your other class.
Do you remember
Yeah,
the
I
things
have
that
it.
happened?
I have this sense. It almost feels divine for some reason, and my hands feel powerful. Like I can heal with them, but other than that, I feel pretty normal.
Do you remember the visions you had, Basil? Or I guess, Alex, do you remember the visions Basil had?
It's a little fuzzy. For some reason, I keep thinking bus stop, but I know that's not true.
I don't know where that came from. That night,
Neither
do you
do
remember
I.
the night you ran into? The one that didn't want to have anything to do with you, that you tried to trip?
Yeah.
Your vision flashed a bit, and he seemed to be trailing, like, black dirt behind him. Almost like in his footsteps. And then when you had gone into the building that ended up being owned by his mother, bakery, or a sandwich shop, you had, while talking with her, instead of smelling like bread and yeast, smelled almost like rotting meat. And it was just for an instant, and then went back.
I do remember that. Which must have been my paladin skills, I'm guessing. Don't know. That's what happened. We turned back to look at what's the person's name?
Adarna.
I go.
Adarna.
Adarna.
She's definitely she was, especially on a 20, she was definitely like intently listening to everything you guys were saying.
I go, so first of all, Adana, are we good? Like, obviously you don't think that we should have been here or been able to get here or gotten in here or anything like that, but I hope that you could tell that we didn't mean any harm and that it was a genuine sort of mistake on our part.
You will have to forgive me. I tend to be a little weary of humanoids like the two of you, like those above here. Many seek to cause harm to me, my people, and to Clover. But no, I don't believe that you came here with any malicious intent.
I'm sorry
That's
there
very
are so many people trying to harm y'all. Why would there be people doing that?
Suppose you would have to ask them why exactly they would. I know dragon hunting has been a sport for some time now. Those of my people, we are sparse and rarely seen. They tend to think we are some sort of prize to be shown off.
Ew.
My people have a tendency each to stay away from settlements like this.
Honestly,
hide in
makes
forests
sense.
and areas.
I don't know if you know this, but you know, rat folk aren't super well loved among the humans of this world. Still get quite a lot of, side eyes and glances and mutters of disgust. So I think I know a little bit about what you are going through. Sorry that you have to live that way, though.
Certainly appreciate the sentiment. I was hoping that, as I said, Lady of the Forest had sent me a sign that there may be those around, maybe those coming here, that could help. Would you two be willing? No.
What sort of help are you looking for?
As I'm sure you've noticed, this is not we're underground. Not the place for a Verger dragon. The dragons like Clover. They tend to thrive in other areas. But any exits from here, she is too large to sneak out from. She isn't able to just crash through the surface without having the aforementioned humanoids chase her down, try to capture her and kill her. Use her for their own ends. Up until recently, she didn't even agree to talk about potential. This has been her home since she was hatched.
Ooh.
But I think I've finally gotten through to her. Willing to, but we don't have a way for her to get out.
do you want us to make a bigger hole? Or are you thinking that you need some place to go once you get out?
Honestly, I don't know. I can transport people of our size through the trees to other areas, but dragon is a bit large for my abilities. Really, it would be fine just to be able to get her out without anyone noticing. At least anyone else noticing. So if you could find a home for her, one that she would appreciate, that would of course be wonderful.
I mean, I'd be worried about getting her out without a place to go. I feel like she'd need a home to go to after that. Like a good, safe place that we'd have to find.
Of course. It would definitely be preferable if she had a place she could go. But at least getting her out would allow her to find one herself.
That's fair.
That's true. Can Clover fly?
Yes, she's able to fly. She often flies around the area, around the cave itself, but she is getting quite large for it. It's when she was younger, used to be quite a large area for her to fly around, but and she is her wingspan is big enough that it probably stretches like from one end of the dome area towards the center, like a good quarter of the way.
It's not
Like
much
she
space
can
to fly around.
No, it is not.
And are we in the middle of the city?
Yes. Yep.
Oh.
So we can't just dig a hole straight up for her.
Nope.
Minecraft has taught me to dig straight up or straight down.
Straight up is a lot safer than straight down.
This is true.
Yes.
You'll just get
Yep.
crushed by gravel if you dig straight up.
If there's gravel, put down a torch.
Absolutely.
Gravel's easy. And then if there's lava, it goes so slow you can just put a block.
These are the words to live by.
Now digging down is ridiculous.
So you just need a bunch of torches, and you're good, right?
Yeah. All right, so we'll
So
get
we're
a bunch
in-
of torches, and we'll dig straight up.
Question, Astrid. Oh, It was north of Tussin is like a swamp, right? I Pantano.
Yeah, that's like a swampy area.
Okay. Looking for like, I mean, it looks like the best place would be like east by like Toad's Hole, where it's like dense forest.
Yeah.
Oh, actually, I should ask the girl whose name I can't remember.
Adarna.
I put it in the chat.
I know. I almost like. Adarna, what would you consider to be ideal living conditions for Clover? Like perfect place for it.
Well, a long time ago, stories of my people. My people in the Virgin Dragons, when they were more numerous, lived closely. They were in a relatively dense forested area. Of course, dragons tend to influence their environments themselves, fit what they need. This area is not a natural forest, as you see. It was because Clover is here, it became what you see now. Though it takes time, it is certainly not an instant change of the environment. Just that dragons influence their environment through their magics.
Hmm.
An ideal
So,
environment would be
how important?
one away from any sort of humanoid civilization that would threaten her.
Hmm.
One where her forests could thrive, whether they're
Um,
there at the moment or not.
I have a question for you, Adarna, and I don't want it to come off as rude. I'm just not well educated in this, but would you say that you are a long-lived being? Um, have you been around for quite a long time, or are you relatively young, like us humanoids?
Are you asking a woman her age?
I was trying not to put it that way, but
You know that's a crime.
punishable by death.
Yeah.
Um, I've been around for quite some time now. Not quite as long as many others, but long enough to see Clover age to the age she is now, and then some.
So I have a follow-up question. See, here's a map that I have. I was wondering, see, it stops right on the edge here, on both sides. I was just wondering if you might know, if anything goes farther, or if there's any like really big trees or anything that should be added onto the map.
Yeah, actually, do you know if there's any other really big tree? Because we saw this one over here, and I point to the big tree, and I'm like, and we really want to get there at some point, but we want to know if there's more. I've heard there's more.
And you said that you could kind of commune with trees, and mostly I just want to know if we should
Yeah,
look
can you
outside of the
teleport to that
scope.
tree? We could check there to see if it's a good spot for the dragon to go.
Like, certainly there's no people there.
Yeah, how would you ever get out that far?
I do know of a couple of those trees. They have an ancient power to them, ones that my people cannot access.
You do like a tree next to it?
Next door neighbor tree.
Their range extends beyond the islands that they are on. At least the ones that I've
Okay.
come in contact with, or at least that I've seen.
As far as where those are, is it on a different continent, or is it on our continent, or any information? One of our main quests we hope to do is we just want to explore the world, and these trees seem like, we don't really want to do anything to the trees, or it's just sort of.
I want to look at them. I definitely want to look at
Yeah,
them.
like look at them and enjoy their beauty.
Yeah, that's another thing. I do want to enjoy their beauty. I want to do that too.
Both of you give me a persuasion check.
Come on, please. Give me
Yeah,
powers.
You've
can only
gotten
roll
2 nat
20s, I
20s.
thought. Yeah. Persuasion.
Well, that's bound to happen.
That's oh my.
Wait, what's my persuasion? I got 11.
11.
I got a 6.
Fine.
Yeah.
We both got 6?
I got a 3
On-
plus 3. That's
on the-
6.
On the most important roll of the game, you guys flipped it.
I got 1 luck point I could use.
Basil, you have any luck
I don't know
points?
how many luck points. I don't know. It says I have 2, I think.
Is that enough?
So 13?
Not quite.
What if
What
I
I
give him
will-
one of my luck points? What if I give him my one luck point I have?
What I will do for you is, if you two are after these trees, you're able to help us. I would be willing to give you the information that I have on them.
Mm-hmm. No, I figured that was coming.
I mean, we already were willing to help you, just to make it clear. We just also wanted to know about the trees.
It's sort of a secondary thought as I was looking at the map for a place to bring Clover
Yes.
that I realized that you might have more information about that. But
He's a bit scatterbrained.
that honestly
so he
seems
jumped in
fun.
and, like, you know.
A second question, less self-serving than the previous one. As far as you said you could transport between trees. Other
to an
than the
extent.
big fancy trees, is that true for like the main forests on this, like in this map that I have here?
Yes, for the most part. So long as it is if it is nearby, I can go through, transport between trees, as much as I want to. Trees that are farther away, it takes some effort, but as long as I'm familiar with them, I can transport between them.
If
And
you can do
you?
as much as you want to, could you just keep going closer and closer till the far one away is close, and then it'll be easy?
Yes. It wouldn't be much different than walking, but that is normally how I travel. It is
That's
slightly
fine.
faster. But and you did see her jump into one tree and then out of another tree within like 30 to 60 feet. So not like tremendously far, but also you have seen her do it. And just sort of
So I pull
also
out,
casually do it. Not like that she had to like cast a spell or anything. But
I pull out the map that's already out, and I point to 3 spots. One is
Big
below Toad's Hole, before but above Penfold,
need to pull up the map. I don't have it on hand.
just like in this big kind of heavily densely forested area.
oh yeah, that is a rainforest. Just to let you know.
Okay. I point to the section to the west of Woodhurst, and maybe like a little lower, kind of by the mountain range, or a little bit up, like kind of below Pisau. And then I point to northeast of Pantano and the swamps, and I go and I kind of just explain, like, you know, this is like a rainforest, I've heard. This is a swamp. This is a standard sort of, you know, temperate forest. Does Clover have do they, you know, prefer one sort of forested area to another?
Is that might possibly be and as she kind of studies the map, there might be an area that she could settle down in. My concern would be the settlements that are around it.
That's why I was thinking more of the rainforest or the swamp, because it's a lot less densely populated, but it's just farther. My other question is, you said that she turned this area into what it is. What did it look like before she was here? Was it sort of barren rock, or?
Yes, it was just your standard cave.
Interesting. So if we brought her to, like, the desert, would she, like, make an oasis? Or just out in, like, the plains area?
If she had
Desert's
decided to stay there
between
long
us.
enough. Yes, I'm sure she would, but I don't know if
think
you would
desert
want to
would be a
stay
good
there.
spot.
It's
That's
again,
fine. Nobody likes the desert.
dragon magics do a lot to their surrounding environments.
Mm.
It was actually her ability to do that drove me here. Allowed me to find her.
Mm.
Do you happen to have any maps of other areas? This is the only one we got, and we just want to make sure we look at all the spots to make sure we get, like, the best place for her, you know?
I do not.
Good points,
I
Tamara.
don't have any other maps. It
If I had
again,
some paper,
my
would you want to
major
draw
concern
some?
is getting her. My major concern is getting her out of here, rather than finding a home.
I
You
just wanna
do
make
so,
sure
that's
there's a
just
safe place
that is a bonus,
for her to
but
go.
as long as she can get out
Just-
without others knowing, it would be incredibly
Just to
beneficial to her.
Review Astrid.
Yep.
What were we doing when we found the hole? Were we just, like, walking around?
I think we're drunk.
Yeah, you guys had exited a bar after drinking, I think, pints of vodka, if I remember right.
Makes sense. Yeah.
Riley was like, I want to look for a hole, and rolled a nat 20. And you saw a hole, and it led to this.
So it's near a bar?
Apparently.
It's like kind of just in the middle of the city.
I'm
Okay.
surprised they haven't been found yet, honestly.
It sounded like
just
there was
kinda
magic
open.
preventing people from finding him.
Fair.
And how big is the staircase? Like the corridor around it.
I mean, as far as how deep it goes, is probably a couple of 100 feet deep, couple of 100 feet down. You're not near the surface. Like, you could try to dig up to the
So,
surface.
actually-
It would take you a lot of effort to just dig a hole.
I'm wondering if the staircase is dragon size.
So the staircase slowly, like, widened out. At the very bottom, yes. But even just, like, halfway up, it's no longer dragon size.
Gotcha.
And then there's also there was, at the bottom of the staircase, was the corridor that was blocked by the vines. You would also have to get through, and that was like another, like, 15 feet of stone.
What? Maybe we just find a way to teleport the dragon.
With both of our teleportation magic.
Yeah.
I just got some magic.
True.
Hey,
Also,
you know,
with the getting
maybe-
with the getting her out discreetly part, do potions work on dragons the same way they work on us? Like, if I give her an invisibility potion I buy from a store or something, like, can she fly away free? Like, assuming we get her out somehow other way.
Potentially.
Okay.
It probably wouldn't last as long, but it would still have the
I mean,
same
we're in the-
effect for a shorter period of time.
We're in the middle of a city.
Yep.
Probably important at the, like, beginning, most importantly. Like,
Yeah.
she'll fly a couple miles away by the time that even, like, starts to wear off, even if it goes quick. Because, like, I'm sure they fly fast.
They fly a hell of a lot faster than you do.
Yeah. So, like, invisibility potion, if we can get our hands on one of those, would satisfy the discreet part. We still don't know how to get her out, but...
Also, she would have to be careful around, like, you know, buildings to not cause buildings to go tumbling down. That might alert some people.
I forgot that
Potentially.
in this time and age, they're all made out of Lincoln logs.
No. See,
So
what
they're
we
just
do,
crumbled.
what we do is when she starts to go, we just both run around yelling "earthquake," so they think it's something else. When
No,
the
we have to
buildings
say-
topple over, it's the earthquake,
say-
not her.
We don't say earthquake, we say planet quake.
Planet quake?
We're
Is
not
that what they say here?
I don't know what this world is called.
Maybe we figure out who the Earth God is and just claim that they're angry.
I mean, the planet is called Astoria. I don't know what
Astoria.
the...
Astoria quake.
Astoria quake. That's got
We could also just go, it's a quake, it's a quake.
It's a quake.
The Quakers are here. Well, first things first, we need to get the dragon out of the hole. I look to Adarna and I go, so Adarna, other than where we came in, is there any other corridors, passages, continuations of the cave, anything at all?
She stops herself from rolling her eyes. Since you got a 20 on that insight check earlier. If there was other passageways that were easy enough for her to fit through, we would already be gone at this point.
I didn't say that are easy enough for her to get through. I just want to know what we're working with, because of like where this one that leads up to, it's in the middle of the city, you know.
That's a good point. If there's another passage that leads up to somewhere else that we could make bigger so she could fit through, that could be a good option. Is that the only way in and out of here, or what are all the ways in and out?
Most of the time, I just freeze, gets in and out. However, there's another passageway east. It is blocked by a couple of trees and more vines. But that one leads further down. However, I haven't explored the entire cavern system, entire cave system that one goes to. There's also the where the water comes in from and where it leaves. However, I don't know exactly where those go either.
Okay.
Can Clover swim and hold her breath?
For a period of time, yes. Not
Okay.
for
Just
not an incredibly long time.
thinking that if we can find like an underwater route, sometimes those tend to be a little bit bigger, and maybe that might lead us to a larger body of water that we can escape from, which would give us better cover in the night.
I do think a lot of the water that flows through here is used by the city above. I know one of the things that Clover's magic does is purify the water of any impurity.
Oh, good.
And I also know that is a big reason why the city is where it is because of the pure water.
Oh, does that mean the city will
Will that
suffer
be
when she goes?
Yeah, will that be a problem once she leaves? Or is it sort of none of your problem?
I'm sure the humanoids above can cope with a bit of dirty water.
Maybe we
Not
figure out
something
how
I
we
am
can
particularly concerned
purify the water for when she leaves, if we can, while we're
I
figuring
think
it
it's probably dragon magic, I'm
It
guessing.
might be, but there might be another way to purify water. I'm sure it can't be too hard, right?
You
I
would
think
both
if you
know that
boil
there
it-
are, in fact, other ways to purify water. Like, it's not
Boil it.
just dragon magic.
You're really screwed if you can't find a city with a dragon under it.
Yeah, you want fresh water? There better be a dragon.
There be dragons here. It's my dragon Britta.
In Britta. Oh my god.
God damn it. That took me a couple
It took
seconds.
Astrid a second. I'm Britta, the purifying dragon.
Oh my god.
Well, Stellara, do you
Okay.
think we should start? Well, okay, here's one thing. There is sick children above.
Yeah, we have a lot going on.
Maybe we should tell the priest to go ahead. We'll give him a favor. So he tries to help them. I wonder if there's any sort of creatures that eat through rock.
There's gotta be.
Like a...
I mean,
a
Basil,
mole bear.
you know one in particular. A little bigger than a dragon, but at least that it's able to eat through rock to get its nutrients.
Did I run into this already? I rolled really good on my history.
I posted on our private chat about it.
Ooh.
Wait, what?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, that private chat. Gotcha.
Yes. Sorry.
Oh. Oh. Yeah, that would be a little difficult to get over here.
Just a wee bit.
So I know it can exist.
Can I do a history check on if I know of any creatures that could do that?
If you both want to do a history check, you're welcome to. Creatures that eat through rock.
Correct. And
Like a mole bear.
preferably, they eat a lot of rock, not just like a little bit of rock.
Like enough for a dragon to fit through is what you're saying.
Yeah, roughly that much, yeah. I got a 12.
In my mind, I got better than I got.
In my mind, I got a nat 20. But in reality...
But I got a 7.
You have a
Okay.
-1?
Yeah, I'm not intelligent. I'm wise, but not intelligent.
I guess, I mean, you guys both know that, like, moles and mole-like creatures can, like, burrow through the ground. Ones that could leave a large enough cave behind for a dragon of Clover's size to fit through. We're not sure, apart from the one Basil knows about. Which is...
wouldn't be of any help.
Yeah.
I'll tell Stellara. I go, the only one that I know of, Stellara, is, and I don't mind telling you this because you're my friend, where I come from is known as, like, sort of a magic moving island. What's less known is that that magic moving island is actually a giant beast.
Oh.
And I do know that that beast does eat rocks sometimes, large rocks. But
Gotcha.
it also lives in the ocean. So,
And I also don't think we should bring... I mean, if it's that big, I don't think we should bring a beast that big here.
Also, it would probably take 2 years for it to walk from the ocean over to Tucson's.
Yeah, I I don't know how practical that is.
Yeah. So.
Good thought, though.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe we bring the cave to it. There you go.
I could ask our new friend here.
I feel like if you were to bring the cave to it, you would have your problem solved an easier way.
Yeah, that's fair. Adarna, are you aware of the extremely large creature that roams the sea that people have taken up residence on top of, on its back like an island? The dragon turtle.
Repeat that.
Have you ever heard of the giant dragon turtle that lives on the ocean, in the ocean, that many people have taken up residence on top of as if it were an island?
I can't say that I have.
Well, never mind my follow-up question then.
Just out of curiosity, what was your follow-up question?
If you've known of any other sort of kin to it that might be like a variant of some sort, like like that one's like a dragon turtle, but maybe there's like a mole dragon or a dragon worm. Not a worm turtle, but you know, worm with the U instead of the O, like worm.
Worm.
No, she doesn't know of any. Doesn't know of any creatures like that.
Okay, well, I suppose it's probably good that we don't have to like rodeo ride a giant creature down here under the well-populated city.
Yeah. I mean, you know of cows and horses that are massive and could probably stomp through the ground.
True. Maybe we go get ourselves a giant horse.
Yeah, it would just be a couple teleports down there, and then we could hop on the back of it, and we'd probably get back to Tucson in like a day.
Yeah.
Honestly, I think we could ride back here pretty quick if we can like get it to go the direction we want it to go.
That would be the real challenge.
Having it even recognize that we're on it, and not like a bug.
Yeah, that might be a bit harder.
I mean, actually, Basil, you probably have some experience with doing that.
I suppose.
Getting giant beasts to go where you want them to go.
I've certainly communed with the dragon turtle. But, well, the answer isn't an obvious one. Maybe we start by exploring some.
Yeah, I guess I could see where the other exits and entrances to this cave are, see if any of them go out, like, a way that is not in the middle of a city. And then we can try making that exit a bit larger or something, so she can escape that way, maybe. I don't know, we'll need to do some exploring to figure out our options here.
Mm-hmm.
Also, did you mute it? Alex, did you mute it?
Sorry, what was that?
Alex muted it. I didn't know if it was intentional or not, but I'm guessing it is. I think the next step would be to explore there. I mean, that'd probably be a good thing, but we can wait for him to get back.
I mean, do you guys have any other questions or anything for Adarna?
I don't think so, unless Basil does.
I don't think I have any questions right now. It feels like a lot of the questions I want to ask, she will answer once we've helped Clover.
I mean, like, what are the requirements for a safe place for her again? Like, I know we're the bigger goal is to get her out, but I still want to, if we can, find her a safe place. So it has to be like.
I mean, primary goal is to get her out without anyone noticing.
Yeah.
Without drawing the attention of any civilization. The second goal of finding a place that she can call home is a place that she would willingly take up as her home. And one that is far enough away from civilization, from any kind of settlements or anything, that she would be more or less left alone.
Okay. And she can teleport us places, right?
Yes, at least to an extent.
Basil, what do you think about the idea of we go to a bigger city, we figure out, maybe get some maps or something of some bigger areas, because then we can find, like, other continents even that might have a good spot for her. I'm assuming a bigger city might have at least the rest of this continent on a map.
One idea.
You're gonna make me draw the rest of the continent.
Yup.
Mm-hmm.
And then
one idea that I is, do we? And I'm asking this to Adarna.
Okay.
Do you think that a potion's effects would work on Clover?
I asked that earlier.
But not like an invisibility.
Oh.
I mean, one that would alter her physical appearance.
Like a shrink.
Like
potion.
a shrinking.
Now
potion.
that's a good thought there, Basil.
Because then we don't need to do any work of clearing rocks.
True.
The effects of a potion that was for, and I couldn't their effects on it. I do know that dragons, older dragons than one such as Clover, tend to be able to alter their form at will. Be able to generally change or human form if they so desire. But that ability has escaped Clover at the moment. As far as potion, my only knowledge on that is that the inherent magic of a dragon tends to cancel out various magical effects that may plague them.
Interesting.
Maybe we can find a person who makes potions who might have some idea how to make one that would be usable for a dragon, or at least stronger or something, or uses different ingredients.
Maybe we can buy a potion that does something sort of, maybe like its intent is to make somebody glow or something simple, and try it out on Clover first.
I mean, she can try this potion. And I just hold up one of the random potions that we got that we don't know what they do.
And what does that potion do?
I'm not actually sure. Here, I can find that real quick, and I take a sip. Just a sip.
Jesus Christ.
No. You have a different way to identify it. Because my intent of those potions was that you just have to take it, the whole thing, to
Oh,
figure out what
do?
it does.
I can't just take a sip?
No.
Damn. What happens if I do?
If you take a small enough sip, nothing.
Gotcha.
For
I can't
reference,
figure
they
out what
bought.
it does before I give it to her.
For reference, they bought a bunch of random discount potions from a bargain bin at some point.
Was a good deal.
And, yeah, we just don't know what any of them do.
Yeah.
And apparently they're all single use, so I can't like just take a sip and put it in.
Even if you drink half of a potion isn't enough to do anything to a dragon.
That's fair. She'd probably need the whole potion.
Or more.
Yeah.
Question, DM.
Yes.
My mirror.
Yes.
Does it work on others? Oh, but it doesn't change the actual shape. It just makes like a...
Yeah, it's an illusory
yeah.
thing.
Well, okay, but once
It can be like different sizes, but their physical size is still the same. So like, you were a man that was taller than you by like a foot, maybe 2 feet, but it wouldn't change your appearance much more than that. And you were still physically only the size you were. So if someone had like punched you in the face under that illusion, their hand would just go through you.
But, would it work in the sense that if I did it to the dragon once we were on the surface, it maybe could make it look like an oxen or something?
It'd still be flying. It would look like an oxen flying through the sky.
Oh no, not if it walked out of the tunnel.
Oh. Don't go. We're gonna put a dragon through the streets of the city.
Just an idea.
Potentially.
Okay.
It could work on her to disguise her. It wouldn't be a tremendously different size than she is currently, and that mirror is not something you have control over. Exactly what appearance they take on.
Oh yeah, I wouldn't be able to. I mean, I guess I could shuffle through it until I got something I liked, but
yeah.
Nope, not this one. Try again. Closes mirror over, like turns it away, turns it back. Nope, not this one. Turns it away.
It's like an elephant, a zebra, a bugbear. I'm like, nope. A different dragon. Nope.
This hole was also like a sinkhole under a playground. I'm just imagining like a kid on the swings watching this happen.
No.
Oh, okay. Well, so far we have two options. Change the size of the dragon, or find a way out that is suitable for the dragon.
Or teleportation. We could go find like a wizard or something who might know how to teleport something. I don't know.
But then we'd have to tell him about the dragon.
Well, that's accurate, yeah.
I mean, not if you could somehow do the teleportation rather than
Gives us
the wizard
item.
or something.
We get him to make us a teleportation scroll that we then use.
Or we put our fingers to our forehead like Goku does and just teleport out.
that what
I
Ghosty does?
not familiar
I don't watch
enough with
cartoons,
Dragon Ball
so, yeah.
to know that.
Okay, well, way to make me feel like the nerd.
You are
We're
a
all
nerd, let's be
playing-
honest.
It's true. It's true.
Tabletop
It's
RPGs
true.
right now. We're all nerds.
Yeah. Okay. I can't help but think that a teleportation scroll will cost us a shit ton of money.
It would probably cost a good bit.
But was there a teleportation scroll at that magic
I
item
mean, it's only a
sellers?
7th level spell, or a 7th circle spell.
Oh,
You know.
only.
There were, I don't think you looked through the scrolls, but there were scrolls there.
Oh, maybe that could be our reward from her. I feel like we should tell Adarna. Almost messed it up.
Got
Adarna,
it, though.
like. All right, so we definitely want to help, and we're definitely going to help. I can't promise how quickly it happens, since obviously you guys have spent quite a long time down here trying to think of a similar thing. So it just might take, a few days for us to sort of come up with something. Is that okay?
That should be acceptable. And this is the last
Okay.
thing I'm gonna give you on that nat 20 insight check you had earlier. Dragons live a long time, dryads live a long time. A week or more is next to no time for them.
Oh,
Take
okay.
care of the dying kids first, then.
Yeah. Especially since we've only been adventuring for like a month.
Yeah, we should probably.
I mean, we could really
Um,
take our time trying to figure this out.
I think the dying kids is kind of time sensitive. They like.
Yeah.
They're actively dying. This dragon's just kind of stuck a little bit.
Yeah.
Well, and maybe amongst our goings on with that quest, we can sort of find solutions for this quest. So, who knows? I don't totally disagree with your idea of maybe getting help getting teleported to Rionag.
So I think getting to like the capital city, especially easily like that, could help us get like a lot
of
of stuff, a
information.
lot of easier access to things like maybe a teleport spell.
Or just
Or a map of the
information
rest of the
stuff.
continent so we can find a good space for her to go be. Or information. Definitely not so we can find magic trees.
No.
I mean, she did tell you that she would give you information on the magic trees if you did this.
This is true.
So, like,
This is very
Love
true.
that.
whether or not you get a map or not, get some info on it.
What if she's just like, oh yeah, but the leaves on this tree is pink. Good luck. Like, what if that's all she's got for us? Like, she never said it was
She's
good
like,
information.
Oh. Wow. This is just sort of expanded into even something totally bigger.
I assume you just saw that, Riley?
Yeah, I just saw the text chat. Yeah, we kind of just left those kids. Basil, you're not looking in Twitch chat, are you?
No.
Sorry, Alex. Someone said, I love how I've been listening to this dragon conversation all this time, and then you guys are like, oh, maybe we should help the dying kids, and felt my soul leave my body.
Yeah. Listen, everything we do in this campaign might seem like it takes a long time, but really, that conversation probably only took 10 minutes. It just took us 3 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
There's a reason this campaign has been over a year and a half long, and we've only been how many days in, you said?
25.
Yeah.
5 days in.
25
So we
in-game
took 7 days
Fucking.
to get an answer. That's a third of the time we've spent in game, anyways. We're very accomplished adventurers, though, for 25 days.
We've met 2 gods in that time. That's pretty
We've
good.
defeated many.
dragon. We've defeated many.
2 gods, a
two
dragon,
gods and a
we did
dragon.
holding.
Yeah.
We
like-
beat the shit out of a bunch of marauders. We found like an underground crypt with undead gnomes.
Halflings.
Halflings. Magical shield. I still need to get to that place where they're working on my stuff.
Yeah, you still have. You're talking about the blacksmith?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you still have a couple of things at the blacksmith you need to grab.
And somebody's looking at my shield, right? Is that the blacksmith?
Oh, yeah, you left about. Sorry, yeah, I forgot to say this in the recap. You went to a archaeologist, a professor of archaeology at the college.
Oh, that's right.
Had him looking at your shield, had him looking at the medallion,
A basketball medallion.
Did you leave the necklace with him? Eventually
No,
you left the necklace with him?
So.
Okay.
No,
So just the
'cause
medallion
I think
and the
we
shield.
figured out what that is.
Yeah. Is there anything else you would like to
Medallion
ask
we found
Adarna?
underground, and the shield was found in the halfling underground castle. Adarna. I'm good for now. I know how to find her.
It is.
I have one thing. Adarna,
Yeah?
is there any way that we can more easily communicate with you so we don't have to climb down like a couple hundred feet of stairs just to talk to you?
I know there are certain spells that the nodes have developed that have allowed for easier communication. Do either of you have access to any of those?
I was sort of hoping like I could place my palm on a tree somewhere and just talk with you that way.
Unfortunately, no.
Oh.
I do not have anything like that at my disposal.
Pull out a
like, we
walkie-talkie.
Talk to you again? Do we just have to find you here?
Yes. That would probably be the best way.
If we come here and you're not here, is there a way we can get a hold of you from here?
Wait, and hope I come back. If I don't, it probably means I died.
Oh, that's sad.
Oh.
Will Clover attack us if we come down here and you aren't here?
Let's just hope not anymore. I believe I have.
That
She should recognize
Not
you.
the most
and not.
assuring, but
She can be a bit temperamental. You know how adolescents can get.
I
Yes,
would say
young fur
deadly,
dragon.
but exactly how old is Clover? Or roughly?
believe she would be about 50 or 60 of your years.
Oh. That's younger than I thought.
She's a pretty young one.
The first for dragons, well, after hatching, the stage dragons tend to be pretty quick growing in maturity, slowing down a step until they reach adulthood. Clover has not yet reached. And then, after that, they tend to age very slowly.
What age does a dragon reach adulthood?
Somewhere between 100 and 140 years.
How long does a dragon live? Like, what's the lifespan of a dragon?
The oldest dragons can reach to around 1,000 years.
Oh, wow. She's got a long life ahead of her.
Yes. Yes, she does. Which is why I would like to get her a better home than... At least that I would like to get her a better home.
Yeah, that's fair. 1,000 years stuck down here would kind of suck.
Yes. She still has a lot of growing to do. She is quite small for a dragon, even of her kind.
I think that's all the questions I had.
I think so as well. What's our plan to your Basil, though? Because if we need her to send us somewhere, but I don't know if we need her to send us anywhere.
I think maybe we stay here for now to help the dying children.
Fair.
We can look around to see if there's any sort of scrolls or potion vendors or something that might lead in that direction. Once we exhaust all our options sort of up on the surface, we can come back. We can do recon around in here to see if there's any other alternatives. And if there's not, then maybe we expand our search out to the capital city and see if there's anything we can find there.
Gotcha. For taking care of the dying children, we're gonna need to go to the sex cult thing, right? You think there's any trees there?
Not a
I
sex
think
cult.
we probably will.
It is not a sex cult.
Oh, actually, just a quick question for our friend here, who I keep saying I have no more questions for. I pull out one of the masks, and I say, "Do you see anything strange about this when you look at it?"
She stands up and goes to reach for it, and then, almost like it pricks her, she recoils away. But I can't say that I've ever seen anything quite like that. She seems to almost freeze up a little bit. Give me a persuasion check.
Let's see.
Jesus Christ, man!
Hey, let's
That's
go.
your third nat 20?
Yeah.
Ah,
Oh my
Yeah.
god.
I didn't get it when I needed it, but you know what? I'll take it here.
I mean, maybe we'll get some good info here.
True.
this isn't something that I've ever seen before. Nothing quite like that. There's another... It almost seems like there's another presence within it. Something that's And she looks very flabbergasted, let's say, about it. That you would just, mostly that you would just like casually pull this out to present to her. It feels like there's another presence that seems to use it to feed off of it some way. I don't know exactly what or who or anything like that, but whatever that is, you be careful.
Something very wrong has been making these and handing them out to vulnerable youth in the city above. And there's something else we've been hired to do, is to figure out who's making these. And so I appreciate your insight on anything to do with it. So thank you.
Yes, of course. And she does very, like, agedly kind of slink back away a bit.
And just so you know, we're keeping it in our bag of holding, so it's not touching us.
That is very smart of you.
Thank you.
It is 11, little past 11. I assume one or both of you probably getting kind of tired. Like to pick this up next time we can? If we want to keep going, we can. I got no problem with that.
How you doing, Basil?
I'm getting pretty tired.
Okay.
That's fair.
I wanted to do a little bit longer today since it's been 2 months.
Yeah. Yep.
But
Well, we will pick up here next time and figure out what's gonna happen, if you're gonna help the kids, if you're gonna get distracted again.
get distracted from saving the dying children.
And the dragon.
Yeah, we're gonna get distracted.
To be
We're
clear,
gonna
they're
save something
college
else
students.
entirely. But they're like young college students. They're pretty much still kids.
Like 19.
Yeah, they're like 19 or something. Like, that's children.
Well, fantasy 19 is like 32.
Yeah. Oh, you actually, that's a good point.
Nah, it's
Because the
19.
life's...
Not in the setting. It's just 19 in the setting.
Gotcha. Okay. What's the
So
average
Allison, the
lifespan
fantasy.
of a citizen there?
So of most humanoid species, it's like 80 to 100.
Okay.
Dwarves
So it's
are
better
like,
than current US of A.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wow.
Dwarves and some others are like 150. Elves are like 200. And then there are also the odd races that are much longer.
Oh, shit. Well,
Would you like to
they're
sign us
19,
out,
that means
Alex?
they're really like 50. Oh, sure. Okay, I have to remember what I said.
Been so long,
I
you
don't
forgot how to sign
remember.
us out.
Yeah.
Would you like the theme song on?
Sure. That's new, I like it.
You have a theme song?
Yeah.
All right, everybody. Thank you so much for stopping by to watch Oatmeal and Chaos. Until next time, where we may or may not save a dragon, ride a giant horse, or demolish a city. Who knows? But we'd love to see you stop by again. And until then, have a great night.
Good night, y'all.
Bye.
Bye.